Right. My name is Rob Myres. My organization is called Mondesa Youth Opportunities. We're based in Mondesa, which is a township off the coast of western Namibia.
Okay.
Yeah, the main premise of Mondesa Youth Opportunities is that we are an organization that I believe is distinguished from the broad field of NGOs operating in the world today. One, we're a very small boutique. We're funded strictly by private donations. Because of that, I think we have a greater sense of responsibility to our donors, and the way that manifests is we have extreme accountability and extreme transparency and efficiency. So we are exceptionally focused on especially the efficiency. So we've built a model that is based purely on volunteer labor from the management perspective. So when people do give us money, 100% goes right to Namibia working with the kids. We literally have 9 or 10 line items on our chart of accounts for donations. All the other expenses, the marketing expenses, my travel expenses, none of us take compensation. All of that is paid by the people that donate their time and energy to make Mondesa Youth effective. So the philosophy behind that, from my perspective, is that when you look at the last 30 to 40 years as we've tried to address the problem of poverty in the world, I don't think we're making tremendous progress, and I think that there's some data to support that. And so that suggests we need a change in how we approach the problem. And I also don't see thought leadership in this area that I've been able to come across coming from the top level organizations. And so our philosophy is let's make this type of work more than a token gesture. Let's devote significant portions of our energy and time and money to solving the problem in our community. And I believe over the next 5 to 10 years we will be successful in this. We already are seeing that we're successful. And then based on that, I believe we will be an inspiration for replication and duplication for others to follow that model. So I can envision an organic movement that spreads out from the few organizations that operate in the manner in which we operate, and over time we will get the attention of the thought leaders who may start to rethink some of their approaches, which today I don't believe are overly efficient.
Okay. And can you reflect on the conference theme?
Yes, the conference theme was refreshing to me. We often, especially intrigued by the gender side of the theme. We incorporating sport. I think maybe it's just from growing up in America. It's such a natural part of any youth experience, and so from my own experiences and the experiences of my family growing up, it just was a powerful force for us in terms of how we learned to interact with others and how we developed the social interaction traits, and there's a real cause and effect. You know, if I practice my serve, I can see my serve getting better. If not, then I lose my matches. And so I think it's a natural component of a program. Clearly there's an academic component and there's some life skills associated content as well. But the gender is important to me because, working in Africa, it's still very much a male-dominated society, and we are struggling at times to make the parents understand that it's okay for their daughter to participate in these sports, and the children like it, and it's good for them, and they enjoy it. And I think we're fortunate that it's not as deeply rooted, this concept of male domination in Namibia, or at least in our part of Namibia, as perhaps other parts of Africa. So I don't think we fight the problem to the same level, but we do see it, and we'll see parents who support the boys but not the girls, and we see parents who just don't really give the girls the same level of support. But it's manageable. I mean, when we talk to them, we see that it can dissipate quite quickly. But it's important to me to see the resources that are being dedicated to this, and the people that are, and interact with people who are finding the same issues. And as we introduce other sports, especially soccer, we may find more resistance, I think, than we have in tennis. Tennis has been reasonably easy, but as we move into soccer and running, I have a running club in Namibia as well, and our girls perform exceptionally well. And I could see the parents start to change a little bit and take some pride in the girls, and where originally they didn't. So, but from the theme of the conference from that perspective, for me, has been quite good to interact with other people who are facing these issues, and there's a whole side to this that I think is magnificent in the sense that I truly believe if we focus on the females of the world, we'll find real change in the world. And I think that I think there's a lot of people here that support that idea, but I mean, we really are talking about parity at this point, just trying to get the girls the same level of support that the boys are getting. But the truth is, I could even envision an area where we need to devote even more time to the girls to catch them up, I would say, to some sense. But also, I think that they have the power to change communities as a magnifier, you know, and a catalyst more so than the boys in the group. So.
Questioning the use of the resources. And I just wanted you to go over that a little bit, because I think it's a very
Sure.
important aspect of development.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's it's something I'm quite passionate about, but you know, in a conference like this, it's something you'd be a little careful about as well. First, I said the universities and the academic world have a part to play in this process. But I honestly believe if we looked at all the money that goes into research and the top level management infrastructures for the large organizations, and we measure that against what's being done at the field and community level, I think we would find the resources are disproportionately spent on the research and thought. And I think there's a really credible argument that we need to have a bias for action and use the research to validate the extension of that. The more difficult part, I think, comes in when you come to a university and you see hundreds of thousands of dollars going into individuals getting better degrees. Then the question is that the best use of that grant money, of the resource? If it costs $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 for someone to get a PhD, and in my budget for 75 kids is $56,000 a year to give them 400 hours of supervised structured activity, which one has the better value in terms of trying to approach the level of poverty? Now, this PhD may write some unbelievable books and be a thought leader, but statistically, they probably will be a cog in a wheel. And so that's what I think is worthy of discourse, but it has to be done in sort of a non-confrontational manner and over a period of time. But I'm really intrigued by it because I look at you know, kind of where the resources are being dedicated today, and I think that's part of the problem. Clearly, there's other parts of the problem, but I am pretty intrigued by it because as I'm out there digging around for money and begging for money everywhere I go, and I look at the amount of money being dedicated to the research, some which will have some value, some which may not have real enduring value, and so I think it's worthy of discussion. But it's quite a personal topic for many people, so it has to be structured in the right way. So.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.